Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. I did something that I shouldn't have done. I created a new character. I created an all-man character. I had to. Basically, we got some pretty cool new emblems, and we got also some pretty cool new set of gear. And sadly, one of those set of gear is a pretty cool all-man set of gear. So I had to create myself an all-man character. I had no choice. So so let's get started. Should give me the time to do my settings while it loads, while the game loads, and hopefully people will be able to log in as well to tune in. I'm not sure.
Very nice. We've got a live one. They call me Calculator, and I'm going to try to get you off this ship alive. First priority, look for a door or something similar.
So as you can see at character creation, I pretty much created something that kind of looks like the Owlman from the Crisis on Earth animated movie. But as time goes by and as we get more styles, we will update the look of our Owlman friend. The first thing I'll probably do is give him a neat new Owlman emblem. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see for that. I'm going to tweak my loadout a bit. Just nothing major, just a force of habit. I'm not used to that. There we go. Just a personal preference of basically how my muscle memory works. And I just realized I should probably tweak the style a bit more.
Watch it. Activity on the ship's network shows they're gathering beyond that door.
All units move into position. Contain.
It's gonna be a bit weird at first since I don't have all my combos. It's been a while since I started a new character. But before we continue, let's start by locking our styles. Otherwise, whenever we're going to equip something, our style will change. And also, let's remove the weapon style. That's better. Hello there.
Gather reinforcements. I will patrol towards the prison bay. Switching weapons.
That thing was an overseer. They're no joke. Let's get you
Oh
out of
yeah.
those. Transport tubes crisscross the entire ship. Look for one and use it to get out of there.
All units. The subject has left the main corridors. Search the vessel.
So let's see. Now let's go for this one. So it's the tap and hold. It's a pretty powerful ability to have, especially early on in the game. Oh, no problem, Mimtrasis. I'll be here when you come back. Yesterday's episode was actually pretty good. I won't spoil it for people, but
Continue.
The ship's patrolling for you. We're not out yet.
I had a bit of an issue this year with the Flash TV show. Is that other than maybe the first episode, pretty much every episodes were pretty much a straight up comedy. I'm not sure why they went the comedy route. Maybe people complained last year that the third season was maybe a little too dark, so they decided to lighten things up. Hello, Wolf Bay mods, but yesterday was pretty much back to being a pretty classic Flash episode. Although ironically enough, we didn't see the Flash much Actually, we didn't see him at all, I think. But yesterday it was pretty much back to being a good episode, not unlike the episodes we had in Season 1.
There's a high security nexus up ahead. Get through and use the...
And of course, next week we're going to have the 2 days crossover Crisis on Earth X. I should probably make a video or two about that. I'll try to give it some thoughts. If you guys haven't seen the new, there's a few trailers that have been made. You shouldn't spoil it for people. But as soon as we saw Monel, I knew. Hello, Genji Master. Oh, Genji Master. But yeah, as soon as we saw him, I knew what was what. And we've had some teasing about the Legion of Superheroes in previous Supergirl episodes. So I'm hoping that this year we'll see the Legion of Superheroes in Supergirl. I used it with 4 characters. Basically, they gave, like, I think, one free skip to CR to everyone, and then they gave an extra one to subscribers. And seeing how I have 2 accounts, basically I got 4 skip to CR for free. So I used it at least for 4 characters. I toyed with the idea of maybe using it with this character. Basically, it's going to take at least a long while before I can actually purchase the Owlman gear with this character. So I toyed with the idea of maybe speeding up the process. But after that, I gave it some thought, and it's not that difficult to go to combat rating 100. So I should be able to do it somewhat quickly, especially nowadays. Well, members had 2 free skip to CR 100, so I'm not surprised if you used it twice. And again, I was able to use it 4 times because I have 2 accounts. It's pretty much that simple. So let's see. Oh, I guess we gained a new power. I'm not too crazy about fear gas, but it is what it is. But I will put it here then, for now.
Damage to this vessel continues to mount. All units move Destroy into the escapee immediately.
If I'm distracted sometimes, or if I don't talk too much, I hope you guys will forgive me. I'm trying to keep an eye on the announcement section in the forum. I guess I'm expecting them to announce some sort of sale for Black Friday any seconds now. But sadly, somehow they didn't announce it just yet. Not sure why. Oh, no news still. I'm so sad. Oh well. Let's grab our friend here, and let's continue.
The main gun is just ahead. Destroy it, and the blowback will disrupt the ship's shields. Then we can get on board and shut this down.
I'm starting to think that maybe I should do the live stream a bit later. People seem to have a hard time tuning in at 5. A lot more people seems to be able to tune in at around 6. So what say you? Should I start doing the live stream at 6 instead?
Do not let the prisoner reach the prime weapon control room. Damage to the power couplings will destabilize the ship.
No, it's gadgets. The reason why there's you see some electricity is because I'm using I forget the actual name, taser pull or something like that, and it's not just a cable that he throws; it's an electrified cable. It's essentially a taser, sort of, and then he can use it to pull enemies. Yeah, it is taser pull. So basically it throws a line at your enemy, and it also electrifies it, which is why it may give the illusion that it is electric power, but it's actually a gadget. Let's grab a barrel for now.
Lex, the shields are down.
And let's wait for our friend Lex Luthor.
Foolish human, you have doomed yourself. You will go down with this ship.
Pathetic machines. You there! Help me fend off Brainiac's fodder while Calculator locks onto one of the ship's teleporters.
Yeah, I did watch The Flash yesterday. Well, I don't know. There's people who seems to think it's weird when guys play female characters. Although I don't recall seeing anyone complain when a girl plays a male character. And of course, there's always the argument that if you're going to, because sometimes you stare at your character's butt, at least a lot. There are people who seems to think that if you're going to stare at the butt of your character while you play, you may as well stare at a nice-looking butt. I don't subscribe to that, but I can understand the reasoning behind that. Yeah, I suppose. Personally, I'm sure you've noticed I don't have a tendency to play female character very much. I've made a few because I guess it would be a good idea for me to have some female characters so that I can actually show some styles with female characters, like making videos with female characters and be able to show the female styles.
Better than those incompetent so-called heroes outside.
And Impresses, yeah, I did watch The Flash. It was a pretty good episode. I would be tempted to say it was the best episode we got yet this year.
Did it. Lex will shut down the rest. I've hacked the teleporters to deliver you to safety.
It went back to pretty much being. It went back to being pretty much being in the same tone as the first season, as opposed to the comedy, jokey episodes we had so far this year.
Well, you were capable enough to get out of Brainiac's ship. Good. Welcome to the Tap Room, one of many nightclubs throughout Gotham and Metropolis that function as safe houses for our kind of folk.
Let's go get our mail first.
Here.
Yeah, that's some. I have something like that. Like I only have I don't know, 5 female characters. As a rule of thumb, I pretty much play male characters. But again, I thought it would be a good idea to have a few female characters in order to be able to have, let's say, a Wonder Woman characters or a Harley Quinn character. So let's see if we can.
The party's just getting started.
I don't think he's going to be stronger, but he's going to be sneakier or cleverer, if it makes any sense. Basically, the idea they had, I think, for in using the Thinker is that they're trying to get a character that the Flash won't be able to defeat using his super speed. He's gonna have to up his game and try to defeat the Thinker with his mind, with his. He's gonna have to try to outthink the Thinker, if it makes any sense. I could have sworn I could purchase some styles in the past year. Oh, I'm so sad now. Oh well, I guess not.
Fast Freddy's got specialized gear, courtesy of the Rogues.
No, nothing we can buy here. Oh, I'm so sad now. For those of you who may not know, people often ask, there is this time and space vendor in the safe houses here. So if you do have some quarks to spend, yeah, you can do it here. I don't. Black Flash versus Savitar. I guess that could be a cool idea. But I'd be surprised if that ever happened. So let's see. So basically, what I did is that I gave access to my character. Like I have a lot of bases in DC Universe Online, as you notice, and I gave access to those bases to my little friend Owlman. So I'll take half a second to select those. And why do I want to go into a base right now at level 3, 4? You guys will see soon enough. Yes, I have too many characters. I know, I know. But it's so fun to create new characters. Oh. So that should do it. So let's see which base is nearer. Huh. Let's go over here. Your like is in there. I'm not sure. Honestly, I have no idea. There are a few glitches sometimes with YouTube, or there's a few suspicious things with YouTube sometimes. One of the things is that you guys should sometimes make sure that if you are subscribed, make sure that you're still subscribed. Sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe people, and sometimes it will even mass unsubscribe people for some reason. I was hearing about that for quite a while. I had never really experienced it, at least for a long time, or I didn't seem to have. But then at some point, in one day, like I lost something like I don't know, 20 or 30 subscriber in one go. Quickly, a lot of people did resubscribe, but still, I was hearing about mass YouTube sometimes mass unsubscribing people. I had never witnessed it myself until then. It could be that I don't know. I published a video that people didn't like, and 20, 30 people decided to unsubscribe at once. But seeing how a lot of I had people also who told me that they didn't unsubscribe and somehow they were no longer subscribed. So that made me think that it probably was YouTube who went a bit crazy and did unsubscribe people.
To get her back to Arkham. Leave it in their hands, not man out.
Well, you could make more if you made more account, I suppose. Oh, I could show you what exhibits are for. I'm not be able. If you stick around long enough, I'll try to. I have a few videos about exhibits, but I could either make a new video, or if you stick around in this live stream long enough, I should be able to explain it to you a bit. So as you see, I have a whole bunch of stuff for our friend Owlman right here. Oh yeah. Okay, that should do it. So you guys may remember I made a video some time ago about we were getting some PlayStation Plus pack or something like that. So I decided to keep my PlayStation Plus pack and keep it for our friend Owlman. And we're going to use it right now. So basically with PlayStation Plus we got a starter pack. And the starter pack gives you some Initiate Level 1 starter kit, some LexCorp Automated Sidekick, some Soda Cola Ultimate 12 of those, and a Wonder Woman Emblem XP boost. Okay, I have a few videos about exhibits, but I guess I'm long overdue to make a new one. So if you can, try to look up my older videos. But if I can, I'll try to see if I can make a new one. We'll see. So basically, this is our LexCorp starter pack. So it includes 12 colas. Oh, let's equip them right now. It includes the Wonder Woman XP boost. It includes the automated LexCorp Sidekick, and it includes a set of level 1 starter kit. So basically some level 1 starter gear. So let's open that. So as you can see, it gives us a full set of gear, and it also gives us a box that will give us a new set of gear at level 5. So let's see. So let's start with, let's say, the neck piece. And at this point, we cannot choose between, in this case, controller or DPS. So by default, all our gear will be some DPS gear. And also it gives us basically a full set of gear, which is something like we didn't have any shoulders, as you saw. And we didn't have any pants either. Usually I purchase a set of pants, but somehow there didn't seem to be any pants I could purchase. Thank you, M-Tresses. It will come. What's the saying? Build it and they will come. So hopefully it will come soon enough. But I'm pretty happy at how things are progressing. Basically, not only are we gaining more and more subscribers, but we're getting them faster. So I'm happy just about that. Okay. I might as well sell the gear I don't need. So one of the advantages of the starter pack is that it will give us also a whole bunch of gear that we're going to be able to sell. and each pieces of gear can be sold for like $1,500. So it'll give a little, not just an XP boost to our character, but it's going to give it also a little boost in terms of cash. Hello, Dan Dragon. Oh, I could do that if you want. So the pieces I just collected are the New Genesis pieces. For the mask, I'm not sure. I guess it was a full domino. Oh, why not? Let's go with the emblem was Wonder Woman emblem. The hands were the Fourth World, or no, the New Genesis. Basically, the whole style we just got was the New Genesis style. Not sure why they went with that style. There's probably a reason. I just don't know what it is. And of course, we should tweak our colors a bit. That should do for now. So this is the style we just collected. Oh, in the bank. What did I have in the bank? I had the Lethal Zealot. I thought for an Owlman character it made some sort of sense. I think I had a few back pieces. I have the wrong click. I had the logistical officer variant, and I had the aeronaut variant. Well, the aeronaut style, and I forget which. Oh yeah, and the chest piece. And the chest I had the gadgeteer chest piece. So these are the styles I had saved in my shared bank. The mask I was saving for this character. The other pieces I was saving them for pretty much any character. And this is the one who actually got it. It's on the list. As soon as I can, I'll go get the utility belt. So let's create our Owlman look once more. Oh yeah, and I had the Master Mercenary shoulders. Not too crazy about that. Oh yeah, this is an evil villain. Not just a villain, an evil one. This should do. So let's get back to playing our missions. Let's pull back a bit. For the utility belt, you do get one, I think, as you play the game. At some point, there's a mission or two that will give me a utility belt, but some will be some of those belts will have only like 2 slots or 3 slots. There are some 4 slots utility belt in the Watchtower. So once my character reaches level 30, I should be able to purchase one of those utility belt, which is usually what I do. Usually, as soon as my character reaches level 30, I purchase him a nice shiny utility belt. Oh, well, I can understand. There's a lot more people playing heroes than villains, and there's quite a few reasons for that. Basically, no one really want like when you were a kid, who did you want to be, the Joker or the Batman? Obviously, people wanted to be the Batman. No one really wanted to be the Joker as a kid, unless you're a psycho or something. So obviously, when a game like DC Universe comes out, you're going to want to recreate the characters that you wanted to be as a kid, or that you want to be. Period. So if you really want to be a villain, I'm not sure what to think. Although I can see someone wanting to play a villain um, as a change of pace, if it makes sense. Like if you're always doing good stuff in real life, maybe you want to be able to do some evil stuff once in a while in a video game. It depends on the villains. Sadly, a lot of the cooler villains are often evil interpretation of the hero characters. And I'm going the wrong way. Oh, I'm so sad now. I know what's wrong. There we go. I guess they could have added anti-hero as a third faction or something. Although at some point there are people who were suggesting that they should have had a third faction that was allied with Brainiac, which I can see the merit of that. Yeah, there's a few reasons for that. For basically, there's a lot less heroes than villains, and at some point there was really a lot less villains than heroes. Did I say less heroes than villains? There were always less villains than heroes. Sorry, I'm splitting my focus a bit much. So they're always the Pied Piper. Hello, buddy. He's my friend. So there was always more heroes than villains. So the villain population was pretty small, and it was especially true if you were playing maybe, let's say, on the PvP server. So the fact that there was a lot less villains, there were days when I would queue for missions. Like let's say I would decide, okay, today I'm doing all my tier 5 alerts, for example. So I would queue for the tier 5 alerts, and then I would end up almost every missions I would end up with the same other 3 players who would also be queuing for the tier 5 alerts, let's say. So you after a while you pretty much get to know you pretty much got to know the villain players, because you would often meet the same players, because there was so few villains that it wasn't rare that you would meet some of those villains and missions after missions after missions. So you were more so they were more friendly because they knew you a bit better, as opposed to the hero side. The hero side has always been bigger, and that means that pretty much every mission you play with total strangers that you never saw before, and odds are you'll never see them again. So the villain side being smaller, you could almost create a bond with those guys, because you would often play with them.
GCPD file, Knuckles Forelli, wanted on multiple counts of assault and battery.
As for the styles, I guess it depends on the styles. But I don't know, I kind of prefer the hero styles a bit, especially the emblems, like the Justice League emblem. I think it's much better than the Hall of Doom emblem. I was a bit disappointed when I leveled up my first villain to level 30 and got the Hall of Doom emblem. I was a bit disappointed. I didn't like that emblem very much. And for the styles, it depends on the styles. Like the styles that Harley Quinn is selling, that is supposedly inspired by the Joker, that style looks a little weird in my book. But there's a lot of styles also that are pretty much that are pretty much the same on both sides, except that let's on one side some of the styles have a Superman emblem, and on the villain side the very same style is the same style but with a Zod emblem. And also some of the emblems like the Zod emblem is a bit lame. Like I understand the idea of making it a Z, but I'm not too sure about that. So let's see. Well, let's go with this one. So it's 2 tap, 1 hold. Tap, tap, and hold. They can't do that. Yeah, it could be a fun idea. The problem is that as soon as they would come up with that kind of mechanic, all the villains would jump ship and go to the hero side. Because there's so few villains that usually it's not too big a deal, but there are some missions, like sometimes there are some missions that if you try to cure for those missions, especially the missions where you cannot cure with heroes, you cannot play those missions with heroes. With the small villain population, sometimes it'll take forever to cure for certain missions. So it's pretty guaranteed that if they were to make some sort of faction token where you could change your faction, or some sort of mechanic where you could switch sides, pretty much all the villains would switch to the hero side in order to be able to have more players to play with and have a shorter cure time. Sure, the real hardcore villains would remain villains, but I can guarantee you that a lot of villains would switch to the hero side.
I'm planning a little diversion for our batty friend. A good old-fashioned
Like the villain side would pretty much empty itself really quick.
But they never had the firepower to put that bird brain in his place. Until now, I've sent them Joker explosives, and the big payday, a shipment of apocalyptic weapons. Keep the cops away.
Oh, it's because basically you can see my character is level 6 now. When you reach level 5, the game sends you, if you're a hero, the game sends you a Robin Legend character to play Legends. If you're an evil villain, they send you a Harley Quinn character to play Legends. And also, if you're a legendary player, they send you the Modern Batman, I think. And there's probably something else I failed to recall. Well, the latest DLC gave us a nice Owlman set of gear, a Johnny Quick set of gear. Like it gave us the Owlman. The name escapes me, or is it just? It gave us the Owl signal. So we did get a few villains related thingy. We got some statues, like some Ultraman statues, Owlman statues, Superwoman statues. Like with this DLC, we did get at least a few villain styles and a few villain base items. So I don't think in the CSA table. Did you see it? It's awesome. I'll try to show it to you guys before we log off today. So with this DLC, we did get at least a few nice villain space items and a few nice villain styles. But I understand that more often than not, yeah, they do give styles, give stuff for heroes. But you can't really blame them. There's again, there's a lot more heroes than villains. Yeah, I did see the Justice League film. I even made a video about it. So if you want an in-depth analysis of what I thought of the film, you could watch my Justice League video.
So you want me on the take? How much?
Yeah, I guess they could try to find ways to encourage people to play villains. But it's always a tricky thing. In the past, In the past games, they tried to do things like that. Like there are other games where you guys might be either familiar, or at least maybe you've heard of Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is pretty much the ancestor to MMO, sort of. Especially MMOs that have roles like here, controller, healer, and tank. So in Dungeons and Dragons, we had the healer role, which was the cleric, and nobody wanted to play the cleric. So at some point, they had what was called Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition at the time, and they decided to give a boost to the cleric to encourage players to play clerics. But holy crap, they gave a really huge boost that the cleric became way OP. It was nice because you could actually customize your cleric quite a lot. Like you weren't stuck to playing a traditional cleric anymore that had the full plate and the mace. You could play a cleric that had a leather armor and that was as stealthy as a rogue. You could play a cleric that was as strong as in battle as a fighter, as a barbarian or as a fighter. So there you had more options for your cleric. But they gave them a little too many options, so you pretty much clerics were a little too powerful.
You're doing great on pest control, kid, but those killjoy police are ruining my party. They're rounding up Falcone.
So yeah, they could try to encourage villains. But how would they do that? Just with special base items, with special styles, and then again, you never know what styles people will like. No one agrees on the same thing. Like, let's assume they would create some styles, some special styles just for the villains. What happens if the villains don't like those styles? What if the player base find those styles ugly? What do you do then?
Get in there and get the party started, will you?
They reshot at least 40% of the film. Depending on who you ask, the number will change quite a bit. But for a long time, the rumor was either they reshot 20% of the film or they reshot 40% of the film. And I mentioned that in my video. Our friend Josh Whedon was credited to be was credited as a screenwriter for the film, and in order to be credited as a screenwriter, he had to have written at least 30% of the script. So, and again, the rumor was either 40 or 20% a reshoot. And seeing how Josh Whedon redid at least 30%, since Josh Whedon redid at least 30% of the script, he did at least 30% of the reshoot, which pretty much supported those who were saying that there's actually 40% of reshoot. Well, it's hard to it's a bit simple to say it like that, in the sense that there were still reshooting scenes as early as August or even early September. So basically, we then had 6 months to redo a lot of scenes and to redo a huge chunk of the film, and obviously it wasn't enough time. And the same with the visual effects. Oh yeah, I probably have a new before I forget. Oh yeah. So as you can see, I can upgrade my gear with my little box here. So for those who don't know, the starter kit gives you a new set of gear every 5 levels. So every 5 levels, sadly, you have to change your gear. But the good thing is that your old gear that's going to be obsolete, you can sell it to the vendors for $1,400 per piece, which gives you a nice pile of cash to get started with your character. Yeah, but then again, if you give that kind of advantage to the villains, uh, I guarantee you players are going to complain that it's unbalanced versus the poor heroes, especially in PvP. You should see. I don't know if you guys go to the forums a lot, but on the forums, people complain about a whole bunch of things, and if you give just a tiny bit of advantage to the other faction, holy crap, people are going to lose their minds. Already, people are going crazy because of the skill points you have in time capsules. So imagine if you start giving extra marks of victory to villain players. The heroes will scream bloody murder. Uh, let's see, so what else are we supposed to do?
I'm on it. Call for backup. Man down. This is the police.
Oh,
Nice try.
oh, that's. Oh, I hear something. Oh well. Before I forget, let's tweak my loadout a bit. So I'm going to put my sticky bomb here. Let's keep the fear gas here. And let's have the neuralizer here. If you're wondering, no, it's not a strategy thing or anything. It's just muscle memories. I'm used to having long range attack on the triangle, and I'm used to having the shield abilities on the square. And I have a lot of characters, so it allows me to pretty much play all my characters. Not quite the same, but similar enough that I'm not completely lost when I play with a brand new character. The Ultraman emblem looks really sweet. I wish they had used the emblem from the Earth 2 comic, or I wish they had given us both emblems. But the Ultraman emblem they've chosen looks good enough. I wasn't sure when I saw the live stream, but whenever they make live stream to try to show off the styles, they have a hard time showcasing the styles properly. Ah, lucky you! I'm green with envy. Sadly, whenever I got the Joker jetpack, it was with flying characters. So I have one character where my Batman character is the only character I have who has the jetpack, who is not already a flying character.
You think you can scare me into Falcone's pocket? Forget it. I'll never work for Falcone.
The Owlman style, yeah, basically the styles we got were the Forever Evil styles. Although they did give us the Owlman headpiece from Earth 2, but it's the Omnipotence headpiece. So it will take at least a while before getting that headpiece, sadly.
Call for backup.
Thanks. I'll let the boss know you're on our... Hell you want. I'll let the boys know you're okay.
Well, there is the vendor gear. Once you reach combat training 207, there's the vendor gear for Owlman that you can get. So that one will be simple enough to get. You're just going to purchase it, and that's it. But there's the elite gear that will be a bit trickier. You may have to overgear the content a little bit, if not a lot, in order to be able to play the elite version of the missions. Although the real challenge will probably be to find players to play together. Basically, especially for elite missions, sometimes players will have these weird level requirements. They'll expect people to be like at a certain combat rating, or even worse, they'll expect them to be oh, forgot which one. They'll expect them to have like 300 skill points or something. So 3 tap, 1 hold. Well, let's give it a try. So that's the legendary elbow drop.
Good to have some new muscle in town. I owe you one. I'll let the boys know you're okay.
83, you'll get there soon enough.
1199, request assistance.
Or even at 82.
Hey, you're okay in my book.
I'm hit.
I guess I'm done with the cops.
Thanks. I'll let the boss know you're on our side. Good to have some new muscle.
Now the real fun begins. The police have the Falcone warehouse surrounded. Good thing all my explosives are still lying around. Get in there and get the party started, will you?
I'll go get the detective badges after.
Oh, now what? The apocalyptic cannons are here safe and sound, but the police have raided the warehouse.
You wish we got a Beyond box?
The things I do to maintain chaos in this town. Get in there and keep them away from those crates. Oh, yes. And Batty sent that
well, the Beyond are gone. But yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Give her a love tapper 3 for me.
I've been playing since November 2011. Basically, I started playing the game about 3 weeks after the game went free to play. Oh yeah, I got a reward. So I've been playing DC Universe online for at least a bit. But as for the gift, we'll have to wait and see. Sometimes they surprise us with some really nice gifts. Sometimes, sadly, some of the gifts not so useful, but oh well, they gave the enhanced Green Knight chess piece to everyone. That's how my multiverse character got his.
Gotham detectives. All bark, no bite.
Thanks. Mr. Falcone will hear about the favor he repays a favor. I owe you one.
But yeah, sometimes they give us some nice gifts. Sometimes they give us gifts that aren't that useful, like when they give us something like fireworks or cakes or things that we can't really use in the game.
I'll be sure to tell the boss what you did for me. I'll be sure to tell the boss what you did for me. Falcone always repays a favor.
But if they were to give us some free Batman Beyond boxes, I wouldn't mind.
Come here, scratching host.
Right now, what I'm wondering is if they're going to give what kind of deal they're going to give us for Black Friday, possibly. Let's check a quick look. No announcement just yet, so maybe we'll find out tomorrow. Oh well. I'm so sad now. Oh yeah, I'm a bad guy. I was trying to help the cop and attack the poor, defenseless bad guys.
Thanks. Mr. Falcone will hear about the favor you did for me. Thanks. I owe you one.
I wouldn't expect 50%, but you never know. Yeah, I guess it could happen. The last time we got 50% off on everything, that was a while ago.
Falcone always repays a favor.
So it's not crazy to think that maybe it could happen again.
I'll be sure to tell the boss what you did for me.
Oh no, it's a trap.
Drop your weapons and surrender. And weapons down.
Sadly, that I can guarantee it won't happen. Or if it happens, it'll be because of it'll be like Marvel Heroes. In case you didn't know or you didn't check the video, basically Marvel Heroes is shutting down tomorrow. It was supposed to shut down in December, and also everything was supposed to be free until they were going to shut down. Like you were supposed to be able to play for free and to gain access to everything for free. So all the characters for free, everything you could purchase, you could purchase it for free, and you could play the game for free. Sadly, they pretty much decided to shut down much earlier than they said they would.
Thanks. Mr. Falcone will hear about the favor you did for me.
It would be easy to think that it was just to cut their losses, but from what we keep on hearing, it would seem that they didn't have any money to pay their people, so keeping the game alive until December 31st, and especially for free, it didn't seem to be an option that they could actually pursue. Which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is.
Aren't the only criminals here.
No need to be catty, Princess.
Let's summon our old friend, because why not?
You don't want to come quietly? Fine. Let's make some noise.
Get down.
My little robot is shielding me. Ain't he nice? The shoulders or the pants? Let's go for the shoulders. Doesn't really matter because, as you can see, our little box here, we already have access to it because we just reached level 10. But still.
GCPD file Viper Vinsanto.
I like your
Rumored high-level
moves.
assassin for the
Meet me
Falcone
at the
mob.
club later.
No convictions,
I've
no
got
arrests.
all kinds of trouble for you to get into.
Oh, let's skip. Usually I would watch those videos, those cinematics.
Preys on the innocent.
But I made a video about... actually probably doesn't have all the cinematics, so
That's why
I probably should redo those videos at some
why the
point.
hunted.
So let's put one more point here. So 4 tap and 1 hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that will feel good. I love this attack. Let's take a quick look if there's not a briefing. I probably skipped. I think I skipped a briefing by accident. Doesn't matter. We can always come back if we want to. Owlman Warden. Well, they did that with World of Warcraft. They had, because apparently a lot of players of World of Warcraft didn't like the direction the game had taken for some time, so they wanted to be able to play the vanilla version of the game.
GCPD file
I
Elliot
hear
the
some
Eagle Spencer.
others.
Expert in hand-to-hand combat, trained overseas, and wanted for questioning in 3 homicides.
So basically, there are people who had created a vanilla version of World of Warcraft, and they had the servers for that and all that good stuff. And for a while, Blizzard didn't do anything about it. But then, not too long ago, they did shut down the fan-made servers that would offer the vanilla version of WoW. And at first, people weren't too sure why they did that. But then they announced that Blizzard will offer a vanilla version of WoW to their players. So that pretty much explained why they decided to take action finally.
Surrender now! Call for backup!
Too many people makes it hard to. There he is. Oh yeah. So let's grab that little poster.
Oh, now what? The apocalyptic cannons are here safe and sound, but the police have raided the warehouse. The things... Well, that went as well as could be expected. Calculator tells me...
We'll talk to him after. So let's collect our reward.
If it isn't my partner in crime. Speaking of, the Joker requested you join up with him in Cape Carmine. Up for more mayhem?
Oh yeah. So as you can see with the XP boost, you do go up in level pretty quick.
Brainiac is throwing down on our city, and the cops are no help.
And also, as you saw, as soon as you reach level 10, you gain access to the Earth 3 missions. So just for the fun of it, let's give it a try. Let's grab our mail first.
I want any survivor, along with records, old data you can recover. Head to Smallville and ensure my LexCorp team on site has first crack at that crack.
So as you see, we're getting our modern Batman character, and we're getting our Harley Quinn character to play legend matches. The cape, though, I'm not sure. Ah, it's so sweet. Stalker Shadow gave us a Batwoman cape. Yeah, I just did. I saw the Batwoman cape. Much appreciated. For this character, yeah, I probably have a few things. Let's take a look. Usually I try to check those things when I'm not during a live stream, but since you're asking, why not? Basically, I have a whole bunch of stuff that I can reclaim. And I'm pretty sure I must have an aura or two in here. Let's find out. So far, so good. Sometimes the menu will freeze when you have a whole bunch of stuff to redeem like that. So yeah, when that happens, usually it's not a big deal. You have to just go out and yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Basically, you're seeing I don't know, 6 years, 5 years, 6 years worth of 6 years worth of items that I bought on the marketplace. I'm not sure if I don't have access to the layers yet. So let's start by consuming all of that. I'll keep the robot. And as you see, we got an XP boost, even though we already have the Wonder Woman XP boost. And I seem to recall that the Wonder Woman XP boost lasts quite a bit. So let's go back again. So let's skip the lair stuff because I can't really redeem it just yet. But let's get our friend Cersei, Wonder Woman, the Tombot. Again, some stuff from the lair. The Slim Red Aura. Green Arrow, Guy Gardner, Shazam! There's the Dark Purple Aura I guess I could use. Black Adam, Dark Knight, the Flash. There's the Ghostly Aura as well. Or the Rainbow Aura. So again, this is 6 years worth of item that you're seeing right now. So whenever you need, you create a new character, it gives you a lot of stuff to redeem. Let's put our Tombot here. So let's see. So for the accessories, as you can see, I have the dark purple aura, the ghost aura, the rainbow aura, the seafoam aura, or the slim red aura. I guess I could go for the dark purple for now. Oh, and I got mail. I think that's for the collection or the investigation we completed. Ah, we got some nice gloves, and that's sweet. Let's put that here. Let's put that here. Oh yeah, and there's our little box. Oh, so many goodies we have. So as you can see, again, it gives us a full set of gear. And it gives us a box that will give us another set of gear at level 15. Let's start with this one. And here again, we can start taking some controller gear. Normally, that's what I would... let's do it. Usually by default, the game gives you DPS gear. So this is a good opportunity to be able to have some controller gear early on in the game. Yeah, I'm just being picky about which piece. Let's get our weapon. So roughly what this means is that I'll have less precision, less might, but I'll have more dominance and more vitalization. That's a bit of a trade-off, I guess.
Need any goods, friend?
And also, as I mentioned, basically what it does is that since it gives you like a whole set of gear every 5 levels, it gives you a whole bunch of stuff that you can sell for $1,400. So look at the cash I have right now. Right now I have 671 cash. So once we're done selling everything, we should have a good amount of money. Of course, it's all relatively speaking. Obviously, compared to some of the cash we can get later on in the game, or once we start using the broker, obviously, whatever amount of cash I'll have, that'll be nothing compared to that. But for a starting character that we just created very recently, or just today, as you see, it gave us $31,000. But we sold, I think we sold 2 sets of gear, or was it 1 set? I forget. So let's continue. Oh yeah, I wanted to go. Let's go to Earth 3. Why, says you? Because we can, and we will. Oh, I can't. I'm so sad now. Or can I? As you can see, that's one of the reasons why I give access to my character to my bases right off the bat. It's because it gives me access to the teleporter. And the teleporter will give me access to the Hall of Doom, even though technically I shouldn't have access. Or at least the game doesn't really want to give me access. But since I have a lot of bases, and I should have, let's go back to this one. So thanks to having access to bases this early in the game. Oh, that was Grundy. Grundy Crush. And I wonder if we go to the Earth 3 Gotham, how much XPs it's going to give us? Let's find out. Like, are we going to gain a lot more XPs, a lot less XPs?
What? The Falcones are gonna bust my kneecaps if you...
Let's find out. No, I don't think so. Ooh, that's a nice looking fella. I don't think so. The last giveaway I gave away two full set of gear, and I thought I was being clever by giving 2 set of gear. Sadly, it's a lose-lose situation. Basically, there's 2 guys who were really happy because they got 2 sets of gear, but there's quite a few people who were not so happy. Basically, the 2 guys who won were happy, and I wouldn't say everyone else who didn't win, but a lot of people who obviously didn't win, they weren't too happy. And I won't even mention those who were saying that it was a scam and that I gave those suits to friends. So it's a lose-lose situation. If I do a giveaway, people will think that I'm giving it to some of my friends anyway, and that's just a scam. So I'd rather not do it.
This Earth's Gotham is in deep enough trouble without that speed demon Johnny Quick adding to it. Let's see if we can't break
Well, the money limit is to encourage players to be subscribers, obviously.
Encryption codes, coordinates to the Panopticon's location, and a better understanding of their criminal bureaucracy. Are you game?
So we took all the missions, so let's get started. So basically I was toying with the idea of doing giveaways at least once in a while at special occasions. But the last giveaway pretty much convinced me that it was a mistake. So sadly, I'm not going to be doing. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more giveaways. I could change my mind and decide to do some after all, but I don't foresee that happening. At least not in the near future. Thank you, Friction. Oh, let's grab the little collection here.
It is no wonder the people of this planet have taken to desperation. Every day is spent in the merciless shadow of the crime syndicate. These poor people live without virtue because virtuous behavior holds no value to them. I wish to show them that virtues have purpose and meaning.
So sadly, the giveaway made a lot more unhappy people than it made happy people, if it makes any sense. So we had 2 happy people, 2 happy guys who won, and we had a lot of unhappy people who didn't win and who thought it was a scam. So that was a bit disappointing. Sometimes I'm a little naive. It happens from time to time. So I thought naively that giving 2 sets of gear would make people happy. I didn't foresee that. I didn't foresee how events would actually turn out.
Johnny Quick and Atomica have joined forces with Owlman, Superwoman, and Ultraman to form some sort of crime syndicate. What can one good man with a badge and a gun do against God? I'll tell you what he can do. Quit. I may not be Q Ranger or Sir Solomon Grundy, but I'm not going to sue Alan and Benita May for their crimes. Not until I'm dead.
Which sadly is a bit sad, I suppose. I guess it would have been nice to do a giveaway once in a while. I see I see some other YouTubers who do a lot of giveaways. They seem to build their audience that way. But I might rather build it not based on giveaways.
Thanks.
No.
Hey, put out.
Don't take this the wrong way.
I appreciate it, but
All this help you're doing? If you really want to do
But I can understand how the the money limit thing seems a bit weird, especially considering how it doesn't make any distinction between someone who spends $5 on the game or someone who spends $5,000 on the game. No matter how much money you spend on the game, you have only $2,000 in game cash. So I do understand that it does seem a bit weird that someone who just buy, let's say, a single legend at $5 gets a 2,000 limit, and someone who buys 23 DLCs still has the same 2,000 limit. I guess they could have found some sort of system where I don't know, you get maybe an extra $1,000 for each DLC you purchase or something like that. But ultimately, what they want is for you to subscribe. Esposito? I'm not sure. Not sure exactly what the question is. You mean is the character in Esposito? And
I'll backtrace the crime syndicate's surveillance network signals and map out the Panopticon's trajectory in no time.
so let's see what's in the reward box. No, I forgot something. I'm so sad now. Well, let's go for the flat screen. We can get the Outlander gear a bit later. Episode? That's the open world map. You get access to the open world map with there's a portal in the Watchtower or in the Hall of Doom that gives you access to the open world map. And before I forget, Also, if you want to have some omnipotence collections, you're going to want the following feat. Until you get the Syndicate Sense feat, you cannot get Omnipotence collections dropping for your character. In order for Omnipotence collections to drop for your character, like as you saw, I opened the box, and if I had the feat, I would have had a chance. It's not a guarantee. It doesn't guarantee you to get some Omnipotence drop, but it does give you a chance of getting some. So if I had the feat when I opened the box, maybe I would have gotten a collection. So let's not take any chances and let's purchase the feat right now. For the box we just opened, it's too late, but for any future boxes, it'll do. Oh, I love this mission.
Watch. You suck, Ultraman!
So as you can see, basically, I could have access to the event missions, and I have access to the open world. A meetup, sure, I suppose that's doable enough. What you want? You want to meet?
Case file 2234. Detective Leonard Snart reporting. We've got Alan and Benita cornered on the roof of Central City's Star Labs. There is nowhere left for them to run.
Thanks, all this help you're
I thought I heard something. Everybody wants an aura. Or even worse, a material. They may have made the materials a little too rare or a little too difficult to obtain. I guess we're going to find out only tomorrow if there's going to be a Black Friday sale. Oh well. Sorry, Demo Gamer, if you're sad. Don't worry. Someday, many years from now, you will have an aura. Oh, sorry, it's been a long day. Did you see that? The evil hero tried to steal my NPC from me. Why are heroes so mean?
I can fight my own battle.
Yeah, but you can only use one at a time, so you don't need 50 billion auras. As long as you have the one or two auras you actually need, that's good enough. Of course, if you're crazy like me and you have a billion characters, well then you need 1,000,000,000 aura for each of your character. But you don't want to be crazy.
If you really want to do some good.
I can't stand it anymore. I hope Ultraman gets his butt kicked.
If I had the means, I would summon all of my sisters from Themyscira, march them down the streets of every
The truth is I don't really have the time. What I do is that sometimes I'll play some of my characters. Sometimes I'll play some of my other characters. I don't really play all my characters all the
I
time.
don't believe Ultraman really has super hearing. Watch. You suck, Ultraman!
There are some characters sometimes that I'll be
Come on, Ultraman.
days, weeks without playing them. It happens.
I appreciate it, but
Come on, Ultraman. Think you're so tough? Huh? Face me in person.
I could try. Well, I have a tutorial about various auras. Roughly speaking, in most cases you need to gather collections. Although there are some cases where you can just either just purchase them from the broker or from the marketplace. But yeah, I could try and yeah, I'll see about coming up with a video about how to get auras.
You suck, Ultraman!
But if you look through my videos, you'll see videos about various auras that you can get, and usually I'll try to describe the collections you need for those auras. Most of the time, the simplest way also to get those collections for your auras is from the marketplace, and there are some auras where the easy solution would be to just buy them from either the marketplace or to buy them on the broker. But there's a lot of people who are a little shy about using the broker. So for me, using the broker seems like the easiest option. But I guess it's not so easy for everyone. But I'll see what I can do about making some sort of tutorial for the auras. But again, if you look through my videos, you'll find that I already have at least quite a few videos explaining how to get certain specific auras. So if you look at those, that should be a good starting point, I suppose. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute or two to explain the exhibits. Basically, one of our friends was wondering about that earlier. So let's take a quick look. So you may have seen me gather exhibits in the open world once in a while. So basically, when you go around the open world, sometimes you'll see those shiny lights. So once you see those shiny lights, you pick them up, and they'll give you an exhibit like this. There's 3 types of exhibits. There's some red exhibits, which is aggressive exhibits. There's some yellow exhibits, which is support exhibits, and there's some blue exhibits, which is fortified exhibits. I don't really have access. Yeah, I can't really. I'm gonna have to switch character. Yeah, my multiverse character looks funky. I know. And since someone was asking about the auras, I may as well talk about that just a little bit. Oh, there they are. This is pretty much my main character, and I have at least a few auras with this character. It will finish loading at some point. So you can see I have 5 pages worth. Oh, wrong button. Take 2. I have 5. Come on, come on. I have 5 pages worth of auras. And as a rule of thumb, the riddle me this aura, I made a video already about this. Basically, you need to gather collections. The same with the Ember Mist aura. The same with the Amethyst Mist aura. The Aquarium aura I got, I think it was during the summer seasonal or something like that. It was pretty much given to us as a free gift. The Blue aura I probably purchased on the marketplace or on the broker, I forget. The Butterfly aura again was given to us. The Citrine Misted aura, I think this one was given to us. Corrupted aura, gather 12 collections. Gold aura, I probably purchased it from the marketplace. Ghost aura, I purchased that during the Halloween seasonal. So anyway, so I could go through all those auras one by one. I'll try to make a. Usually, what I do is that I'll make a video specifically about one aura. But I guess I could make one video where I go quickly through all the auras. I'll have to give it some thoughts. And for the exhibits, oh, let's pick up our mail first. For the exhibits, I will go to the watchtower. I do have a crafting station in one of my bases, but just in case some of you guys don't have a crafting station in your base, let's use the one from the watchtower. Holy crap. Okay, so let's go back for the exhibits. Basically, the exhibits, again, in the open world, you have these shiny lights that you can gather. And when you click on those, that will give you exhibits. There's 3 colors of exhibits. It depends which version, but usually it's Thomas Wayne. It's Bruce Wayne's older brother. So there's three colors of exhibits. There's the red exhibits, the blue exhibits, and the yellow exhibits. And of course, if you mix the blue and the yellow exhibits, you will get some green exhibits. But that's we'll take a look at that in a second. And if you look at the gear, you can see that each piece of gear has a little socket with little colors into it. No problem, bad production. So what you want to do roughly is that you want to craft an exhibit and put it in a socket that is of the same color. So basically you get some crafting plans, and you see these are all stuff that I can craft. The first plans you get to craft are those here. So basically what you can, once you have, let's take a look. So as you can see, it takes 8 aggressive exhibits to craft 1 exobyte. And once you've crafted 1 exobyte, what can you do with your exobyte? Well, you can craft mods for your gear. So here you can see it requires 1 exobyte and 1 interface beta to craft 1 precision and might beta. So once you've crafted your mods, your exhibits, or exobyte I should say, then you would take, let's say, your red exobyte that you've crafted, and you would put it into a red pieces of gear. Like you see here on the chest piece, the socket is red. So I would craft, let's say, a might mod. I would take that mod and I would put it into my gear. And basically what it does is that it gives extra stats to your gear. If you match the color with your gear, you get the socket affinity bonus, which usually translates into extra stats. And also the mod itself will give extra stats to your character. In this case, the beta mod gives 16 might and 16 weaponization. So basically, that's what exhibits are for. It's you need to craft those exhibits. Once you crafted your exhibits, your exobyte, I should say, once you've crafted your exobyte using exhibits, yeah, it's a bit confusing with the names. So once you've crafted your exobyte with the exhibits, then you can use these exobyte to craft some mods. And once you've crafted those mods, then you could put those mods into your gear. And usually what you want to match the color of the mod with the color of the gear. And basically it will give you some extra stats. So I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Well, let's take a quick switch. Oh, wrong one. I've tweaked my armories recently, so I forgot which is which. There we go. So basically, ultimately, in the long run, I'd like to create a look kind of like that for my Owlman. I guess it's going to take us at least a while before we can actually manage to do it. But we'll get there sooner or later. And let's take a look at the emblem. Obviously, unless I get lucky with the log boxes somehow, the time capsules, I should say. If I get lucky with the time capsule, I won't have to purchase an Owlman emblem. But if I have to purchase one, let's see how much it is. It's about 2.5 million. The price didn't change so much since last time I checked. And of course, there's the statue of Owlman, which looks pretty neat. Oh yeah, before I forget, let's go back to our evil Owlman. I mentioned some base items that were for villains, and I mentioned a really neat looking table. I'll probably make a video just about that at some point, but since I won't be making it today, at least I don't think I will, let's show off to you at least one base item or two. But I'll try to make a proper video when I get the chance. So if we go up here, let's go into our EVILLLL. I can't really, because once you open the time capsule, and once it gives you the plan, if you open the time capsule again with your character, it doesn't give you a plan anymore. It only gives you one plan when you open the time capsule. So in order to be able to give the plan, and I'm not sure if the plans, oh yeah, they're tradable. No, the first layer you get, it's free. Once you reach level, I'd say 10, 14, I forget. You get your first layer, and the first layer you get it for free. Only if you want, let's say, a second layer, then you have to pay for it. But the first one you get for free. So here you can see the awesome crime syndicate table. It looks so awesome that I'm gonna have to I need more. And you can see here also some awesome statues, like the Superwoman statue. Oh, the cat got crazy. He broke the statue. And yeah, there's a cat in the legal. An evil cat. So I know that a lot of people are complaining that heroes get more stuff than villains, but come on, heroes don't have a neat table like this one. Like if there was a Justice League table like that, villains may have a point, but villains have a really cool table that heroes don't have. And of course they have those nice statues, which sadly becomes transparent if I get behind them. I don't think that'll ever happen. After what happened with the swag bag, the BVS swag bag, I don't expect them to ever do something like that again. What they could probably do is that, like they just did, they gave us some Justice League posters, which are for a limited time. Oh yeah, I forgot there's Gordon here. But I don't think they'll ever do anything like that. Like I don't think they'll ever give us a time capsule that is linked with a film. Because time capsules are supposed to be recurrent. They're supposed to come back from time to time. And the whatever is related to the film, they seems to want to make it not exclusive, but for a limited time only. So I guess that's going to be it for now. Tomorrow, ideally tomorrow, there should be a Black Friday sale in the either in the marketplace or at least in this universe online. Sadly, there's no such announcement just yet. So we're just guesstimating based on what happened in the past. In the past, we had sometimes a 50% sale on station cash or something like that. Or sometimes we had 50% sale on the marketplace itself. I guess we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow to find out what actually we will get. Well, they don't really need to bring back the team up time capsule because let's go take a look. We're going to take a look at one last thing and then we'll stop. They don't really need to bring back the team up time capsules because you pretty much can get pretty much can get all the time capsules on the broker still. Like if there was no way to gain access to those time capsules, yeah, it would make sense to ask for them to bring them back. But technically, the time capsules are still fairly easily available. I suspect at some point they'll probably do like they did that last year, where at some point for about 2 months, maybe a bit more, what we would get would be random time capsules. So we got all kinds of time capsules for a short while. So I suspect they'll do something like that to bring back the older time capsule at some point. But right now, pretty sure you can still get. So let's see, team up. I should probably write the whole thing. So you can still purchase time capsules. As you can see, a stack of 11 for 450,000. One time capsule. Well, let's put them price ascending. Even better. You can get 4 for 90,000, 3 for 100, 10 for 298. So you can still get them at a somewhat affordable price. So yeah, I guess it would be nice if they made some sort of comeback. But pretty much all the time capsules are still available on the broker. And I think I still I made a cleanup. Oh well. Hello, Steven. Sadly, Steven, you're here just in time to see me wish everyone a good night. Oh, we got mail. Let's pick up our mail first. I don't really have the cash for that right now. Oh, you mean to get you the time capsules? As you can see, I don't have much cash. Even my multiverse right now is pretty broke. But yeah, we could try and arrange some sort of trade-off if we can. The thing is, I'm pretty much broke right now. I spent too much money buying a whole bunch of stuff. And sometimes you'll buy stuff thinking, oh, it's like I bought a whole bunch of bat signal, and they were pretty cheap. Like I bought some for like as low as 50,000. But then if you buy like 2, 3, 4 at 50,000, well, you've just spent 200,000. So I did go a bit on a spending spree, and right now well, let's go check. I'm pretty broke. And I do have a collection that I could sell for like maybe 50 million. Problem is that I cannot afford to pay for the broker fee. Let's check. So right now with my poor little guy, I have 175,000. So I'm pretty broke. There is a collection that I could sell for a little bit of money, but oh, the price is going down quite a bit. So again, if I could sell that for, I would have at least some money for a few things. But I cannot afford. Let's say I try to sell it for 30 million. How much would that cost me? I would need at least a few more dollars to be able to do that. But I'll probably just use the collection. I need it for this character anyway. I guess the move would be to sell it now for a good price, and then later down the line when the price goes down to buy it back. We'll see. But the thing is also, as you saw, those collections are you can get like a few for let's say 100,000. So the thing is, how many do you want? And how much can we? Let's say, how much is the midnight gear? I can get a few millions for those. But also for items, don't think that we can sell the Midnight Cape for 2 million. In order to be able to sell it, we're gonna have to undercut however much it is here. So if it's sold here for 2 million, it means that I'm gonna have to sell it for less than 2 millions in order to be able to sell it. The gloves aren't worth that much. 350,000. So for reals now, that's time to go. So if I hear anything about a possible Black Friday sale tomorrow, I'll probably make a video about that to let you guys know. If not, we'll all find out together tomorrow at the same time. So that's going to be it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.